Hi, welcome to Movie Theater. Movie begins in 1943 when World War II was going on. Started after the school holiday, all the children were going in the classroom. Then two girls were secretly looking at the Stig. Actually its name is Lisbeth and she is in love with Stig. Lisbeth lives in Stig's building, but till date she has not been able to tell Stig about her love. A new beautiful teacher named Viola came for Stig's classroom. The whole class fell in love with the Viola the first time they saw her. In the beginning Viola takes everyone's presentation. There was a lot of filth going on in the classroom. Then actually the whole classroom was chewing the same chewing gum in turn. Stig has a talent, he can kill flying flies. Then in this way the Viola's class ends. Viola is very smart, she already knew what was going on in the classroom behind her back. That meant chewing gum, killing flies, all these things. So she held up the Stig. First the Viola tells the Stig how dangerous it can be to eat the same chewing to everyone. This can cause many diseases. Viola likes Stig's talent of killing flies, that's why she also gives him the job of cleaning the flies. The Stig does the cleaning, but while cleaning his focus was only on the beauty of the Viola. Then the Stig comes back home. Then he comes to know that his elder brother Sig has also come back home. Sig is in Navy and Sig came back home, and after a few days Sig leave. Stig and Siggy's relationship is very good though. Sig left the ladder at home and went back outside. Stig narrates the ladder to his mother. That Sig was about to be transferred to submarine services, for which Sig is very excited. As soon as the Stig comes out he meet the Lisbeth. Actually Lisbeth knows the Stig very well, as when the Stig goes out and what it is. It knows all these things very well and she always used to watch Stig from the window. Stig works part-time selling snakes at the theater at night. Sig surprises Stig by coming there. There Sig was telling how excited he was to go to the submarine. The next day he was looking the dictionary of the Viola in the classroom. Actually Stig loves to see different meanings of words. Keeping that dictionary himself, he starts seeing the beautiful legs of Viola. And Viola also notices that Stig had just fallen very madly in love with her. He starts seeing Viola at break time. And this thing Viola also used to see him. And sometimes Stig used to go to her house to see Viola. Stig loves whenever Viola is close to him. Stig even kisses her chair in Viola's absence. Now Viola asks kids for help to get her something. Stig is ready because he always spends time with Viola. Viola wanted to take the Stig somewhere. Only then a situation comes that if the Viola is very close to the Stig, then the Stig kisses her directly. Viola does not say anything on this. Then Stig starts kissing her even more passionately. And Viola also starts kissing him. Then in the room alone both of them start kissing even more. But they were still in school, so Viola restrains herself and leaves from there. After school all the children go to see the plane. But Stig leaves from there on the pretext of illness and comes to Viola's house. Viola is impressed to see him and starts kissing him. Viola warns him not to come without speaking, because sometimes her husband is at home. Viola's husband name is Frank. Frank is a salesman from work. Whenever Frank comes home he drinks alcohol while listening to music. In the movie he only does this. Frank sees Stig as soon as he comes home, but Frank felt that there might be some extra classes going on for Stig. He ignores Stig and Stig leaves from there. And then for a few days there are a lot of sexual encounters between Viola Stigs. Sometimes in Viola's house and sometimes in school itself. Then we see that Army had a boxing match going on and Stig wins the match. Stig was not able to get it at night, so he goes to Viola's house. Stig had come thinking that Frank would not be there. Then he hears the sound of water coming from the bathroom. Means Frank is in the house. Seeing this Stig goes back to his house. The next day Stig takes flowers for Viola's birthday. But he does not get the Viola, but Frank comes after him. Frank starts telling Stig about his work while drinking alcohol by applying his music. Whenever Frank is out of town Stig goes to live in Viola's house. He goes to Viola at school break time. He is back and takes off her clothes, meaning both of them were going to be intimate. The next time Stig meets Frank, the two of them have a lot to talk about. Means now both of them had become friends. Then one day Stig comes out of Viola's room to drink water. Then Frank came into the house and he sees Stig in such condition, due to which Frank got to know about the relationship of Viola and Stig. It is discovered, but surprisingly Frank does not react to anything. He remains calm and starts talking to Stig. At Stig's house there was a letter from Sig for Stig. Stig mixes all the dots and makes the mouth of a wolf. What is the meaning of this wolf? It will be clear to us further. The outside dinner party of Stig's apartment was going on. Then Lisbeth brings him to her house and locks the door. Then she takes Stig to her room and tells him to close his eyes. Then Lisbeth takes off all her clothes. When the Stig opens the eyes, the Lisbeth was completely open in front of him. The Lisbeth also has protection. All this was surprising to the Stig. So seeing that the Stig could not even speak, the Lisbeth started feeling very humiliated. So she put on clothes and took the Stig there. talks about leaving. Then we see Stig near Viola. Stig asks Viola if she doesn't love Frank, then she divorces Frank. On this, Viola tells many things, but in short she meant to say whatever she wants. Because of Frank, he may act as if he knows about their affair, yet he does nothing at night. Stig goes to meet Frank. Frank was drinking a lot while talking, and just as he falls asleep. After that, Viola calls him to get intimate, but Stig doesn't go. Stig goes back to his house. Actually, Stig was feeling very guilty of Frank, because Frank always behaves well with Stig. But Stig was doing bad with Frank by keeping relation with Viola. So Stig starts losing trust for Viola. When Viola was calling him, then Stig does not go. But remember, Viola still Stig loves Stig. Next day during class, Viola tries to warm up Stig by doing such things, but Stig doesn't react. So Viola will come to meet him at night. She tells him in writing, then Stig pretends to be bathroom in classroom. Comes out from there. He goes to the gym hall to see Lisbeth. There Stig hides in a box of the gym to see Lisbeth. When all the girls leave, then Stig factor a letter towards Lisbeth on his side. Lisbeth goes to the same box. After a while there is another class, so they have to sit in the same box from time to time. Stig was watching the girls with a lot of fun, calling them Jim. Then after the class is over, both of them get a chance to get out of the box. Then Lisbeth kisses Stig. It means now both of them started their relationship. Stig and his mother were remembering Sig at home. After his death, Stig starts looking at Siggy's letter. Actually, Sig always used to make giraffe in the letter. The meaning of giraffe was that everything okay, but this time the wolf's mouth was made in the letter. This means that the Sig is about to go on the submarine, so his life will be in danger. I told you at the start that World War II is going on there. Then a telegram arrives at Stig's house which confirms to Stig that Sig who was martyred in the war. Stig cries in memory of Sig after drinking his father's drink. Next day news, Stig's mother also learns this, so Stig tries to calm them. That day Viola comes to see Stig at his theater to see a movie. Due to this reason, Lisbeth also came to see the movie. Lisbeth is looking for Stig when she catches Stig and Viola having sex. This makes Lisbeth very angry and she breaks up with Stig. The next day Stig goes to her house to talk to Viola. Stig does not come to meet Viola, that's why she drank a lot. She wanted to intimate with Stig as soon as she saw him. But Stig refuses, so Viola breaks her bottle and scares Stig, and tells her to take off his clothes. Stig had no other choice, that's why he has to obey the words of the Viola. Then both of them become intimate. After that Stig breaks up with Viola. The next day Viola was talking to her principal about failing Stig. After class she also tells Stig that he is going to fail. Viola explains the reason for Stig's fail. Because Stig is always upset in her class and he also failed in the subject of Viola. This reason is for principal, and his unofficial reason was that she doesn't want to keep Stig in her class. Next day during class Viola was showing her parastic, but angry Stig on his table. Only then the principal talks to the Stig about his failure. Stig was very badly trapped because he did not have a single evidence against the Viola. If he told anyone that he was in a relationship with the Viola, if so, no one would even believe his words. That's why Stig comes to Frank so that Frank can explain something to his wife. But when Frank came to know about the affair, even then he did not do anything. So he was going to do something or the other. Realizing this, Stig walks away from there. Stig was now completely broken because both of his girlfriends left, and his brother Sig also passed away. He was watching the news of Sig in his theater again and again. Then all the martyr soldiers are cremated with the Sig. There Stig tells his brother at last bye. While coming from there, his father was crying in memory of Sig. Then Stig supports them. Then Viola was giving everyone's result in school. Viola calls Stig his name to give results. Stig goes in front of her and comes out without taking result. Then Stig steals all Viola's dictionary from classroom to take revenge on Viola. And this movie ends here. Hit the like button if you have enjoyed watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe our channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.